Okay, so I'm just going to go straight down the flow of the last speech. My opponent's first point in his speech was that animal testing works. However, animal testing does not always work. If my opponent had listened carefully to my first speech, he would have realized that animal testing has proven extremely ineffective in the past. Extend my second advantage where I discussed all the crucial drugs we have that animals reacted badly to in tests, such as aspirin and penicillin. It took additional non-animal tests to prove these drugs safe and effective and wasted hundreds of animal lives through ineffective testing in the process. Alternatively, some drugs have proven safe on animals in testing, yet extremely dangerous for humans. 50% of FDA drugs have to be withdrawn annually because of dangerous, unexpected side effects. One well-known example is thalidomide, which tested safe on animals and was given to pregnant women in the 1950s to control nausea. It ultimately resulted in over 10,000 birth defects. I could go on, but the point here is that animal testing is extremely dangerous, not only for the animals, but also for humans. Animal testing does not work, is unreliable and ineffective, and ultimately poses a grave danger to every human who relies on it for the safety of their medication and other products. Secondly, animal testing prevents disease. This was his second point, and my opponent's argument here is that there is a smaller ratio of deaths to live births now than there were in 1940. However, correlation does not equal causation, and my opponent did not offer any clear link scenario as to how animal testing directly prevents disease and subsequently increases live births. Indeed, you will find that live births are increased from 1940 even in countries where animal testing is banned. This suggests that disease prevention and higher live birth rates are due to better technology and more hygienic medical practices than to animal testing. His third point was no possible replacement to animals. In my first speech, I addressed several alternative methods to animal testing in my third advantage. Aside from the computer methods that my opponent dismissed, I also addressed testing through human and animal cells, virtual tissues, and synthetic skin. A fundamental part of my plan is that by banning animal testing, we encourage investment and research into these more ethical methods. Fourth, he said scientists mainly use rats, and rats have, quote, no benefit to the human race, end quote. Honestly, I feel like there's just something fundamentally evil about this statement, but at the very least, it's highly anthropocentric. Anthropocentrism is a tendency to evaluate reality exclusively in terms of human values while devaluing the lives of beings that are commonly considered lesser, like rats. This human-centered paradigm is a threat to our ecological survival because, just as my opponent demonstrates, it enables us to dismiss other life forms as dirty and worthless and enables us to eradicate these life forms and ecological systems. This point alone should be enough to make you drop the proposition. Finally, he conceded my value criterion of ethics. If you look at who presents a more ethical case in this round, it is clearly me because I am concerned with the saving of both human and animal lives. Please, vote for the proposition.